out worldwide. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Dice. What up, Big Dice?
Peace,
Nice.
family, peace. What's happening? Yo, Jay, you Ubering?
Huh?
You on your Uber hustle right now, bro?
Nah, bro. I'm in these streets, bro. Come on, man. You can't be putting that business out here, man.
Hey.
I got people listening.
Hey, I need a ride up the street to the corner store. Okay?
You need a ride? All right,
Yeah.
I hit you. I come get you about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
I got $10 in gas money.
That'll be $6,000.
Right. Hit my cash app, nigga.
I got you. Don't even trip. What a
All right. But we were talking about building a network. We always talk about building generational wealth. One of the things that I noticed, you know what I mean, is that especially in our community, we talk about generational wealth. It's hard to do that with no sense of your history and where your community has been. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things I'd like to ask, and I think would be a good topic for today. Like, what is the history of your community? You know what I mean? How do you build that generation? It has to start from somewhere, or has it already started? Started in your family, or do you know your history?
Can anybody just answer that? Or y'all want me to start?
I have oh, she went right back on
Oh,
mute. Go ahead,
what?
Lotus.
No. I'm here. It's just that I had to address the text. For me, I came as a refugee, so I'm an immigrant.
From where,
So-
if I may ask?
And I'm living the American dream. What is it?
From where? Well, what country did you immigrate from?
I was born in Laos, but my dad's from China, my mom's from Thailand,
Okay.
but I'm basically a country girl.
You a country girl?
Yes.
Right.
Don't you hear me say y'all sometimes?
Look at that. You know what I mean?
But I sound more valley though.
All right.
Really?
So you've adopted the American culture. Like, how deep are you into your Asian culture and your roots?
If it's gonna give me a discount, I'm very Asian.
Oh, wow.
God. She
Oh,
went
wow.
hard with it.
That's so racist.
She went hard with it. It ain't racist. Hey,
It's
Hey,
not.
yeah.
There's nothing
Me
wrong
and
with
Bless was
that.
just talking about
Dude,
that
I
earlier.
could be Italian if I need to be.
She's
I could be Black Asian in the summer too.
hey,
You
Oh,
paisan.
blazing. Say blazing.
Black
Mm.
Asian.
No,
She
blazing.
still can't say it.
Blasian. Okay, it's Blasian. Okay.
Say hurry up and buy.
Excuse me? What did you say?
Now that was racist.
What did you
That
say,
was
hon?
definitely racist.
What did
What'd
you
he
say?
say?
I have no idea.
He said say hurry up and buy.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, that was racist.
Yeah, that definitely was racist.
She gonna
I
push you
was
out
there.
that chair.
I don't call it
Dice.
racist because I'm not offended by those. What I'd be offended is how you behave to me.
Mm.
Because
That's a
words
great
are
point.
just words. Because I speak several different languages. What you say this word, it can mean a different word in another language.
That's a good point.
And also culture-wise too.
Okay.
So let me ask you, because you never really answered the question.
No, she did. She
Okay.
skirted all around it.
Are you really, you know what I'm saying? Do you know your cultural roots? Do you know your
I have no
history?
choice. Yes.
You have no choice.
Yes. Because like my parents were like, you don't speak English at home. You only speak English outside the house. You don't talk back, you know. You eat
Okay.
Asian food at home. You don't want to do this, you have no choice. There's not a choice.
No.
And family comes first, right?
Yes, it is.
Obligation of family comes first.
It is. Like my parents were like, we gave birth to you, you're our slave, basically.
Hey, that's what kids is made for. I
That's
believe
what they
that
said. That's what they
wholeheartedly.
said. You don't talk back. I mean, she just gives you the look. My dad just like, you know better. It's just like, this is what you do.
Now, are you going to raise your kids in that same manner?
Oh God, no. I just have four-legged babies and they listen. Like my cat
You know
thinks
what?
she's a dog.
This something-
Okay,
this something
that's a
I've
topic
never-
for no. That's a topic for
That's
no man
another
Monday.
topic. That's another
Hold on,
topic.
I just want to address that.
That's
real
what
quick.
she
This something-
said.
This is something I've never understood. If
What is
it
it?
worked for you, why wouldn't you think it would work for your children?
Because I'm cuckoo in the head.
Oh, hey,
And if
enough
I
said.
give birth, imagine what type of cuckoo person it's going to be. It's going to be worse than you.
Hey, but so what you do is you find a male to balance that out.
Why does it have to be a man? Why can't it be a woman?
Because you and a woman can't give birth to a child.
Can't have balance. Y'all can't have
There's no balance.
How do you know that? So you're saying that how do you say
Wow, we got real
two
deep.
women
Excuse me?
cannot raise a child? Is
Hey,
equivalent
we
to a
can't
man
go
and a
there.
female?
That's for Monday. We'll
I
say
mean-
that for Monday. We'll address that
Yeah,
Monday.
that's something that we'll address on Monday.
Please
What we're
give me the
talking
latitude.
about now, what we're talking about, hold up,
I'm
hold on.
begging. Give me
We
the
went-
latitude to cook up food.
Big
real
Dice,
quick.
listen to me.
No.
Please, brother.
That is something that will be.
When do I ever ask for a favor? I'm
Yes.
asking for one right now, please. Gentlemen,
Proceed, Lotus. Go ahead, proceed. I'm waiting. I really want to hear this.
What are you waiting on? I don't know.
you waiting on me? Can I say what I want to say? Because you said y'all wait for Monday. But please, I just need 2 minutes to cook up food real quick. Please.
Bro,
Say
your
whatever
2
you want,
minutes
hon.
is like 30.
No, bro. Trust me.
Hell yeah.
We're
Oh,
all
Oh, my
having
bad.
discussion.
Okay. So,
Nobody's right, nobody's wrong.
Dice wanted to respond
Thank
on
you.
as far as. Go ahead.
Minute
My
30. Here's the reason why that doesn't work. Because here's the thing.
Jesus.
Just say you have a son, right?
Let's just say cancel.
Right? As your mother, just say you give birth to him, you're going to give him feminine energy. Your partner, who is a woman, will also give him feminine energy. When he goes to school, which is 97% white women, for 8 hours, they're going to give him feminine energy. So he's getting feminine energy from three
Hey,
sources.
what about a daughter though? Because a daughter with 2 moms is still getting a lopsided.
Yes, that's why
not
there's
easy.
balance. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying there's no balance. And that's what we're seeing today in our community.
Well,
Seeing
can
a
I
lot
tell you
of,
something?
Mm.
Can I intrude for something? I'm going to interrupt you
Please.
before you add on.
please.
You're shooting yourself. What about a single parent? So
Same
if
thing.
the
They're also
child
out
is
of
raised
balance.
by a single parent, they're
They're
also
also-
lacking because you're
Yes.
saying you need to have 2 as a balance.
Severely.
You know, there's a lot
Yes.
of
Shout out to me and
successful
Bless.
people
Hold on.
who are from
Hold on,
single
fam.
parent
Shout,
homes.
fam. Shout out to me and Bless because we was raised by single moms. Okay.
I was
I
raised by
know, and
single
you guys are
moms.
successful. That's what I'm saying.
No,
He's saying
but
that you
here's
need
the
to have
thing.
2.
I can
Prepared
give.
for
Let me
what?
use myself.
Hold on. Let me mute everybody. And I want everybody to focus on Jada Pro's face right now. Yo, yes, there is a severe lack when there is no balance. And there is no balance in a single family home or a single parent home, I should say, or a same parent, same sex family. It's
Very
the
succinctly
same.
put, Bless. Very well put.
There
And
is
I'm done.
there is a lack of balance.
And that was only a minute 30 seconds. That wasn't even 2 minutes.
All right. So Fang, do you get it? She's coming off in a minute, but that wasn't even the question. The question was
Can I go back for a second?
of course you may. Go ahead.
No, but I'm just saying that, you know how you say that you need to have 2 people, a balance of feminine and masculinity?
Uh-huh.
Well, you can have both of that, but you can be from a family of a mom and a dad, but guess what? You have an absentee dad or absentee mom.
Okay.
It's the
So
same
you got to
difference.
think about it. So
It's a difference without a distinction.
But you're still
then there are some
you're still
females who are
lacking
very
a certain-
masculine.
you're still lacking.
They're
a
not
certain-
masculine. They're dominant. It's a difference.
Mm. Well, my role was reversed because my mother worked and my father was the house husband.
That doesn't mean that your mother might have been more dominant than your father, but that doesn't mean she was more masculine.
How is she dominant more than my father? Because she went to work and my father didn't work.
Not even that she went to work. That's irrelevant.
That's
I
a
mean,
No,
little-
no, I'm
what-
just saying, because you're saying she's dominant.
I
How
said
is
she
she
could have
dominant?
been. She could have been more dominant. But dominant is not equivocal to masculinity. They're two different things.
What do you consider as dominant? Like working outside the home is dominant?
No, I'm talking about interpersonal skills between your mother and your father. That's dominant and submissive. But masculine and feminine don't
How
necessarily.
is that? So my dad is submissive to my mom?
No,
I
he
don't
didn't say
know.
that. Sorry,
I didn't say
explain
that.
it.
No, explain to me because you're
He can't explain a situation that he wasn't in. Only
and
you.
he can't explain it if you keep saying explain to him.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
he's saying he's throwing in these words that I didn't even put in.
No, he was saying dominant is different than
Masculine.
feminine, right? And masculine is different. You can be a feminine. You can be feminine and be dominant,
Yep.
and you can be masculine and be
submissive.
submissive. That's what he was saying.
They do not mean the same thing.
Hold on, I don't get it.
Explain.
Man, you
That's
there?
where she's at.
I'm gonna be quiet because it's just so.
That's a good idea.
Oh wow. Damn, Dice coming
Hey,
at
Dice,
you,
don't
Lotus.
start. Hey, Dice,
Dude.
don't start that bro Pete shit.
You
Don't
are close to me where
my,
I'm about
my
to.
bro ain't been here for 2 weeks. I gotta hold it down for bro.
Hey, Dice, this is not that show.
Oh, it's always that show.
We ain't gonna have at this show.
Let's talk
Oh
about some
my
money.
God.
Hey,
Let's
so
talk about
like
money
I
then.
said, we are talking about history. You
Okay,
know
let's
what
go
I'm
back.
saying?
I
The
don't
whole
even
shit
know how we
actually-
got here.
The whole shit actually started as far as knowing your culture and knowing where you come from. You know what I mean? So the question was, do you know your history? And we were talking to you because you were explaining your roots. I want to know how many people on here actually know their history.
Family
You know what I mean?
history. Bless, you're asking about family history.
Family history, yes. Direct family history.
Well, I could take my family. Let's see. My father is from rural Alabama. He served in the Army. He served in Korea.
How far can you go back?
I can go back as far, maybe 4 generations, and then it gets lost in the muck with slavery, and I go as far back as Jim Crow, semi-slavery, and a little bit further on my father's side, not on my mother's side. I don't know much about my mother's side.
Diverse.
Yes, sir.
How far can you go back in your family history, your direct family history?
Well, that's a little convoluted, right? Because no. You have to understand this. Truly understand what you're asking. Once you start digging and the tree branches out, you can only go down certain lines at certain times, right? Like, because, all right, you might have one mother and one father, but you have 2 grandmothers and 2 grandfathers. Hence, you have 4 great grandmothers, 4 great grandfathers, so on and so on and so on, right?
Right.
So, but with that said, on certain lines, like, and of course, you know, I'll preface it with I'm biracial, right? So you would assume just the natural course of events that you could be able to trace your white side better than your black side, right?
All right.
Fortunately for me, on my black side, I can go all the way to slavery on multiple lines. But again, being what we are as African Americans, and this is gonna sound real like how do they say, like textbookish almost. I do have Indian in my blood. You know what I'm saying? But like on the scroll, no, Sioux Indian actually to be precise. But so yeah, I can find my great grandmother, my great grandmother, I'm sorry, on the actual Sioux scrolls before the Trail of Tears. I've done extensive research on my history, and on my white side, I can go all the way to England where they came from,
Okay.
and that was
research.
pre-colonial. My white side was actually here before America was a country.
Oh, word.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I've done the research. I've dug deep. But in saying what I said before, when you start branching out, like I've run into roadblocks too. You know, where you can only go but so far because it gets lost, and there was incorrect records. And I don't know how much y'all know about this though. You know, like prior to the 50s, I believe, when they took a census, because a lot of us look at the census, right? And when
Yeah.
they took a census, the people that came to your door determined what you were.
Yep.
So when you have that mixed blood in you, and I'm mixed multiple ways, but when you have that mixed blood, you have those who quote unquote passed for white, literally being on the census marked as white. And when I started really going down that whole ancestry thing and seeing that, I'm like, yo, wait, how they white, but they sisters was black? Like I didn't, and I had to learn that fact. So
Yeah.
yeah, and my family actually does on the black side of my family, we do a family reunion every other year. So every 2 years we do a family reunion. They've done it since '82.
That's what's up.
So I was very fortunate to meet like crazy generations that way. And every other reunion, they do it in the place they came from. So we go to rural Georgia every other family reunion. So that way the children get to see what the basis of the family was.
See, that's big right there. I don't know if Courtney ready to go. I'm trying to grab somebody real quick before we go on a break, but I do want to definitely talk about that history, that family history. I appreciate that, Di.
Yo, that was dope, Diverse.
Can I say something though real quick too? Because your
Yeah.
other question was deep, bro. And that is the part two to that question was, do you know your family history and the generational wealth thing, right?
Yeah. Oh, no. Don't say that yet. Don't say that yet.
Okay.
Hold that, because that's coming for part two. I just wanted to see if Courtney was good to give her family history at all.
Well, I don't really know much, but we did take one of those 23andMe tests.
Okay.
You got a clown of 23andMe?
Where you from?
I
What
think
is you?
I think we're from Nigeria or something. It's like I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So you didn't delve too deep into it.
No. But I kind of like what Diverse was just saying. I know that my mom's grandmother passed for white. And my mom's cousin also. So a lot of their family members they just it was just easier for them to exist that way, sadly, in south side of Chicago. So
Hey, shout out to PBS, man. PBS had a special where they were going into Black genealogy and just speaking with different like stars and famous people.
Oh yeah, they
And
still
Chris
got
Rock
that.
was on there, huh?
William Henry Gates. He does it.
Yeah.
William Lewis Gates. My bad.
With William Lewis Gates, and they were talking to Chris Rock, and he brought up, my grandmother was Native American. Like every Black person they talked to, they peoples was Native American. Come to find out, they had no Native American heritage. But there's a catch to that, and this is what's important about knowing your actual timeline of your family versus the bloodline. Bloodline can be misconstrued depending on, like you said before, the census. There was no census taken on Native Americans back then. And if you wanted to get anywhere, you had to pass for what? White.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's a little wrinkles in the system where you really have to like really delve into the names and the mitochondrial DNA on your mother's side. And like Diverse was saying, once you start getting into those lines, they open up like a blooming tree, because now you're getting into both sides and how both sides are connected.
Word. Hey, real quick, I hate to stop this, but we got to go in a break. Hey, Di, please hold on to that thought, because we coming back with that. This is Power 357 Radio. Your man, Bless the Party Sparker.
It's your boy Jay the Pro.
You know what it is, y'all. Wealth Wednesdays, moving your music around the globe.
And across the fader.
Y'all keep it locked, y'all. Do you know your history?